All right. Well, we are live. We were recording here. Hey, Paul, how are you, sir?
I am great. What a wonderful weekend we had.
It was a wonderful weekend between Good Friday service and Sunday morning, and then also Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
what
it
was the
was
highlight for you?
well, look, there was a number of highlights and one was our Good Friday service. We made the decision to have it a recorded service and in order to involve Pastor Rob. And I think, well, the technical team there just did a fantastic job. And we've got such great volunteers in our congregation, and man, they really pull things together. So it's wonderful to see. And
Yeah.
then on Sunday morning, we had a great sermon from one of our local pastors, and uh, and it was to me, I and the music and everything. It was so great. Of course, I have the experience of being there, um, and which is a real honor. But and then in the afternoon for the to see over 40 vehicles and over 90 people show up for a short worship and communion time.
All
It was
honking their
just
horns
wonderful.
and
I
yeah,
mean, it was freezing out, but it was bright.
yeah, yeah. I was glad to have a jacket, but man, it was a beautiful day. I love that people, showed up and they were honking their horns. You could see them smiling and singing in their cars. And I think even Brent Kirkbride brought some snacks. So we
And the
were cracking
kids,
up.
I think the kids enjoyed the Easter package we had for them too.
My kids sure did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was great all around. Something for everybody. And just a creative way to gather people and to celebrate the Lord's communion together. So
yeah,
to me, that was the highlight was the 2 p.m. Drive-in service.
yeah.
The singing and the fun atmosphere and the sun, like just all of it together really felt like a new day, new something.
Oh,
Just
I
felt
know.
new.
You talk about, I mean, it's hard to be sort of feeling spring with the, all the wet weather we were getting there for a while, and then, um, and the coldness. But man, it sure felt like, that it was a great opening to a new season, and we're looking forward to that in the months to come.
It's
John, I
definitely
really appreciated what you had to say on Sunday morning. It was a really good focus, and and especially to bring it back and with John's rationale for writing the Gospel of John. These things are written that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and it really did. Your sermon really brought that point home, and we have this glorious hope and the finished work of Christ on our behalf, for our lives, and now in the weeks to come, we're going to be looking at some of the teaching that Jesus did in that Holy Week time, um, and because it was really a preparation for his disciples for Pentecost, so that they would be launched into this new time and era of ministry.
that should set us up well as we uh, go through that teaching, and then I think Pentecost, with that coming around soon, didn't you say in staff meeting that we're headed into some of the book of Acts as well, like continuing on with that, what
Yeah.
happened after. So it should be a good setup for all of that. I'm really excited to continue on with that to see the birth of the church, and it's going to be a good several months, I think,
Yeah,
of
it will
teaching.
be. And the transition team's been hard at work, and so you'll be hearing folks from our transition team on the topic of reconciliation, and we're leading off from our communion service on Sunday, and there'll be a new scripture portion each week with that focus in mind. and leading us to our next communion service on May 2nd, which we hope will be a very much a great time of sharing about what the Lord's been doing in our lives, and how we can, especially appreciate communion as a means of not only celebrating the Lord's death and his resurrection, but also in celebrating that unity that he so longed for and spoke about in John chapter 17.
Hmm. Yeah, so some great things ahead of us. Um, this work of reconciliation, and it's not something to be rushed, but it is something to be intentional about. And I'm excited that we are going to go on this journey together. It's going to be
Yeah.
really good. And the transition team, they're working on that with the reconciliation piece, and then there's others, aren't there? There's
Oh yeah, we've got
communication and
governance and communication and vision. Oh, I tell you, it sort of makes my head spin. Of course, it doesn't take much to get it spinning, but it it it's a lot of work. And boy, are we ever lucky to have Garth in place to help guide and direct. And he has the training and the background and the experience to see us through this time. We're really looking forward to being able to come to our congregational meeting in June and be able to have that report from the transition team and some of the recommendations that we might be even voting on as motions for that time. So, folks, be praying for the team, be praying for our church, and we thank you so much for your love and your support over these past months, and just hoping that you're feeling the excitement that we and the pastoral staff are feeling.
yeah, it's a new day.
It is.
It is, and a new season, and things are on the horizon. Good
Yeah.
things are to come.
John, you've got some special things going on for the family ministries, some training sessions or something.
Yes. So when was that? March 24th, I think was the day. It was a Wednesday night. We had a family ministries interest meeting. And out of that, just some excitement and people stepping up and wanting to help out in certain ways. One of the things that's coming really soon as a next step is new leader training.
Yeah.
So I've spoken to a few people who are interested, needing to make a few more phone calls, but hoping to have that done kind of by mid-May to do for youth specifically, excuse me,
Yeah.
leader training to build into our youth team, and then put some fun things on the calendar for the summer. Look at what we can do and do some good in-person youth things if we're allowed, and then be ready for the fall. So
Yeah.
very very much a season of groundwork and getting ready for when we can open back up.
And I think one final bit of news before we have to close off is the fact that Leslie Zeller is going to be leading a new Bible study starting next Monday.
So the
And so
12th.
make sure you take the opportunity to register for that if you have that time available. And it's going to be Monday afternoons, and I think you got a great leader with Leslie there.
Book of Ephesians, I think, and it's from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So if you're
Yeah,
available, please sign up for that. Good. You can't go wrong studying scripture together. It's such a
no,
wonderful time.
not at all.
Yeah.
Well, folks, it's been a pleasure to be with you and to look ahead at some of the things that are happening in the church. Thanks again for watching, and
And
remember,
remember,
you
you
are
are
loved.
loved. Goodbye, everybody.